Shri Sai Ram. Dear students, welcome to the last video on triangles. Till now, in the first video, we have discussed the conditions for the similarity of polygons. Two polygons having same number of sides are similar if their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. In the second video, we proved the Thales theorem, its converse and corollaries. The theorem states a straight line drawn parallel to a side of a triangle divides the other two sides of the triangle proportionally. If DE is parallel to BC of triangle ABC, then DE divides AB and AC in the same ratio, that is AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. One of its important corollary is a straight line drawn parallel to the side of a triangle, then the sides of the intercepted triangle are proportional to the sides of the given triangle. That is, the sides of triangle ADE are proportional to the sides of triangle ABC. AD by AB is equal to AE by AC is equal to DE by BC. In the third video, we have discussed the criterion, few criterions for the similarity of triangles, A criterion, SSS criterion, SAS criterion. The important theorem proved there is the triangles which are equiangular are similar. To check whether the given two triangles are similar or not, we need not check all the 6 elements of the triangles. If two angles of one triangle are equal to the two angles of another triangle, then those two triangles are similar. We can say that those two triangles are similar. In the fourth video, we have discussed about the relation between areas of similar triangles and their corresponding sides. A theorem was there, it stated the areas of similar triangles are proportional to the squares of their corresponding sides. Explained there. And we had one more theorem in the last video which is related to the right angled triangle. A perpendicular drawn from the right angled vertex to the hypotenuse divides the triangle into two triangles which are similar to each other and also similar to the given triangle. So in this video, we are going to prove the Pythagoras theorem. I hope this video, this picture need not any explanations. Before going to Pythagoras theorem, let us look at the answers for the questions given in the previous video. So one first question is, if the areas of two similar triangles are equal, then we have to prove that they are congruent. So assume that triangle DEF and triangle ABC are similar triangles with equal areas. If the area of first triangle is taken as x square units and the area of this triangle is also x units, they are similar. It is given in the question. Therefore, directly we can apply the theorem 2.6. So according to theorem 2.6, areas of similar triangles are proportional to the squares of their corresponding sides. Area of ABC divided by area of triangle DEF is equal to, it may be AB by DE whole square, or it may be BC square by EF square. It is also equal to AC square by DF square. So as it is given areas are equal, if you put x here, area of triangle ABC is x and area of triangle DEF is also x. So x by x, it becomes 1. So that means AB square by DE square is equal to 1. So when AB square by DE square is equal to 1, so it is only one AB, when AB is equal to DE, AB square is equal to DE square. So on removing the square, we get AB is equal to DE, BC is equal to EF and AC is equal to DF. That means all the three sides of triangle ABC are equal to the sides of triangle DEF. Therefore, according to SSS postulates of congruency of triangles, the triangles are congruent. Let's go to the next question. ABC and BDE are two equilateral triangles. Both are equilateral triangles such that D is the midpoint of BC. BC is here, D is the midpoint of BC. We have to find out the ratio of the areas of triangle ABC and triangle BDE. So as D is the midpoint of BC, we can write BD as half BC, or we can write BC is equal to 2BD in both the figures. So we can assume any one of the figure. So here BC is 2BD. So we proved that these two triangles are similar. In the last videos we proved it. All equilateral triangles are always similar because all the angles are 60 degrees. So I'll apply the theorem 2.6 related to area. So BC by BD whole square, area of triangle ABC, its corresponding is BC. For the triangle BDE, the side corresponds to BC is BD. So therefore you can write BC square by BD square. So here it is, BC is equal to 2BD. If you substitute here, 2BD whole square. 2BD whole square is 4BD square. 2 square is 4. 4BD square by BD square. BD square cancels out. We get 4, or it is 4 by 1. So therefore, the ratios of areas of triangle ABC is to triangle, area of triangle BDE is 4 by 1, nothing but 4 is to 1. The next question, in the figure ABC is a right angle triangle with angle B is equal to 90 degree here, and BD is perpendicular to AC. Actually this problem was already proved in theorem 2.7. It is proved. So this is one of the important problem because it is related to the previous theorem and also it is related to the Pythagoras theorem. Once you look at the answer, I will explain this while proving the Pythagoras theorem. Look at the answers. Now let us go to the Pythagoras theorem. So it states, in any right angled triangle, the square on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares on other two sides. So we know that we had been using this theorem much before Pythagoras. Mainly, we were using this theorem to construct the Yajnakundas. So these statements appeared in Bodhayana Sulbha Sutra as Dirgha Chaturasrasya Akshnaya Rajjuhu. Akshnaya Rajjuhu means, Rajju means rope, Akshnaya Rajju, the stretched rope along the diagonal of a rectangle. Parshvamani Tiryagmani cha. Parshvamani means the horizontal side, Tiryag means vertical. So they produce some area. The rope which stretched along the diagonal of the rectangle also produces both the areas which its horizontal and verticals produce separately. Yat pratak bhute kurutastha dubayam karoti. So that is the meaning of the statement which we had used before Pythagoras. So let us prove the Pythagoras theorem. So every theorem consists two parts, hypothesis part and the conclusion part. For the hypothesis part, we have to write the diagram, and in the data, we have to explain the meaning of the diagram. So in a right angle triangle, that is the hypothesis. We have to write a right angle triangle. Let ABC is the right angled triangle. So data, that is the explanation of the figure. So triangle ABC is right angle because angle B is 90 degree. We have to prove that the square on the hypotenuse, the side opposite to right angle is hypotenuse, AC square is equal to sum of the squares on other two sides. That is AB square plus BC square. That we have to prove. So for that we need a construction. So draw a perpendicular from the right angled vertex to the hypotenuse. BD is drawn perpendicular to AC. So I will prove it once. And then once again, You can see all the steps. So now proof. So we have to prove that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. I'll take two triangles having AB as common side. I'll take one triangle ABD. So consider in triangle ABD, and I will take triangle ABC, which both the triangles have AB as common sides. Now we have to prove that these two triangles are similar. It is proved in the previous theorem, that is theorem 2.7. In theorem 2.7 we proved it. Even though, look at once again. Suppose this angle is considered as x degree. So this is a right angled triangle. So in any right angled triangle, one of the angle is 90 degree, and the sum of the other two angles is also equal to 90 degree. Suppose if I take this as y, then x plus y is also 90 degree. Consider triangle ABD. In triangle ABD, one of the angle is 90 degree, therefore sum of the other two angles is 90 degree. Here x plus y is equal to 90 degree, therefore here also it must be y, x plus y. If this is y, sum of these two angles, that means angle ABD plus angle DBC is 90 degree. If one of the part is y, then what is the other part? So it must be x. So look at here also x plus y, here also x plus y. X plus y is 90 here x plus y is 90, here x plus y is 90. So that means in this figure, angle A is equal to angle DBC. Angle ABD is equal to angle C. So now consider these two triangles, triangle ABD and triangle ABC. So identify the equal angles. So both the triangles have a common angle A. Angle A is common. And both the triangles have a right angles. The small triangle has right angle here, angle D is 90 degree. And the big triangle has right angle at B, angle ABC is 90 degree. So therefore those two triangles are similar. Now what we have to do is write the ratio of the corresponding sides. So I will take AB of small triangle. See, AB is opposite to 90 degree. It is the hypotenuse of the small triangle AB divided by the hypotenuse of the big triangle is AC. So we have to prove, okay, write the other two pairs. So we'll take AD of small triangle. AD is opposite to Y here. AD of small triangle divided by, in the big triangle, so it is AB. Why? So I explained, in the small triangle, the angle ABD is equal to angle C of the big triangle. For example, if it is 60, then it must be 30. 60 plus 30, 30 is 90. Then it is 60. This sum of these two is 90. Therefore, this is 30. See here, AD is opposite to 30. In the big triangle, the side opposite to 30 degree is AB. AB. So now cross multiply, you get AB square is equal to AC into, yes, AC into AD. Carefully observe, AB square, AB is one of the leg of the big right angle triangle, is equal to AC. It is the hypotenuse of the big triangle, and AD, it is part of the hypotenuse which is nearer to AB. So AB square is equal to full hypotenuse AC into the part of the hypotenuse which is nearer to AB, that is AD. AB square is equal to AC into AD. Similarly, instead of these two triangles, if I consider triangle DBC and triangle ABC, so BC is common side. So in the same manner, we can write BC square, which is equal to, can you think? It is the full hypotenuse into the part of the hypotenuse which is nearer to BC, that is AC into DC. So AC into DC. So add this, so you get AB square plus AC square in the left side, AB square plus BC square, which is equal to, so you know that, so 2x plus 2y can be written as 2 into x plus y, factorization. So like that, AC into AD plus AC into DC can be written as, so taking AC as common factor, we can write AC into AD plus DC. So look at the figure, what is AD plus DC? AD is here, DC is here, so AD plus DC is once again AC. So this is equal to this AC into AD plus DC is also AC. So AC into AC is nothing but AC square. So in the left side we have AB square plus BC square is equal to, in the right side we have AC square. What is the conclusion part of this theorem? AC square is equal to, here we have AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Here we have AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Let us look at all these steps once again. So there is a triangle, we have to prove that AC square. For that, the construction, we have to draw a perpendicular into the construction. Now go to the proof. Triangle ABC, the big triangle, is similar to triangle ADB. So I explained, because if I take angle A as x and angle B as y, x plus y is 90 degree. Here angle ABC is 90 degree, therefore if it is y, then angle DBC must be x, because x plus y is equal to 90 degree. So in the big triangle, angle B is 90 degree, therefore angle A plus angle C is equal to 90 degree. That means if A is x, then C is y. So by after understanding this, write the ratio of the corresponding sides. AC divided by, AC is the hypotenuse of the big triangle and AB is the hypotenuse of the small triangle, is equal to AB. In the big triangle it is opposite to y. In the small triangle, the side opposite to y is AD, AB by AD. So cross multiply, we get AB square is equal to AC into AD, the full hypotenuse and part of the hypotenuse which is nearer to AB. Similarly, if I consider triangle DBC and triangle ABC, triangle ABC and triangle DBC, so we can write BC square is equal to full hypotenuse and part of the hypotenuse which is nearer to BC. So add these two equations. So in the left hand side we have AB square plus BC square, AB square plus BC square. In the right hand side, AC into AD plus AC into DC. So factorize, take AC as common factor, you get AD plus DC. Look at the figure, AD plus DC is AC. So AC into AC is AC square. So that is what we required to prove. So therefore AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Hope you understood this theorem. Now go to the converse of the theorem. So we know that converse of a theorem is nothing but, if we interchange the hypothesis part and conclusion part of a triangle, the statement obtained is called the converse of the theorem. Here we have to assume that a square of one side of a triangle is equal to sum of the squares on other two sides. Then we have to prove that that triangle is right angle triangle. Those two triangles contains a right angle. The square of one side of a triangle is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. So this is assumption part. take a triangle and assume that in this triangle AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. That is for assumption. Then we have to prove that angle B is 90 degree. That is to prove. For that we need a construction, right? One more triangle, right angle, right? A right angle triangle with AB is equal to BC, with AB is equal to PQ and this BC is equal to QR. Do you think these two triangles are congruent? If you think so, then we can write angle B is equal to 90 degree directly. Because this is right, we constructed this triangle. This triangle is right angle triangle. Here angle Q is 90 degree, AB is equal to PQ and BC is equal to QR. If you know these two triangles are congruent, then we can tell that angle B is 90 degree. So are they congruent? So try to apply any postulates. If you are going to apply the SAS postulate, the two sides and included angle of one triangle must be equal to the two sides and included angle of another triangles. Here AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, but we don't know till now that angle B is equal to 90 degree. We have to prove it. Therefore, we can't use it to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So we can't apply SAS criterion for the congruency of triangles. To apply SSS congruency of triangles, so we don't know whether AC is equal to PR. Then how can you prove that these two triangles are congruent? So let us see. So we know that this is a right angle triangle. So I will write the steps. So we know that triangle PQR is right angle triangle. Therefore apply the Pythagoras theorem. So in this triangle, for the triangle PQR, the side PR square is equal to QR square plus PQ square, or you can write PQ square plus QR. PQ square plus QR square is equal to PR square. So according to Pythagoras theorem, because we know that it is a right angle triangle. But according to our construction, PQ is equal to AB. I'll write in the place of PQ, AB. So AB square plus, so according to our construction, QR is equal to BC. In the place of QR, I'll write QR is equal to BC. BC is equal to PR square. Here AB square plus BC square is equal to PR square. What you assumed in the beginning? In the beginning we assumed that AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Here we got AB square plus BC square is equal to PR square. AB square plus BC square is PR square here. AB square plus BC square is AC square here. So comparing these two things which are equal to same thing are equal, we can write AC square is equal to PR square. On cancelling the square, we get AC is equal to PR. So according to our construction, AB is equal to PQ. According to our construction, BC is equal to RQ. Now we proved that AC is equal to PR. AC is equal to PR. So that means these two triangles are congruent. Therefore, angle Q and angle B become CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Angle Q is 90 degree. Therefore, angle B must be 90 degree. So look at the steps again. Proof. So in triangle PQR, according to Pythagoras theorem, PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. So write in the place of PQ, write AB. In the place of QR, write BC. So we have AB square plus BC square is equal to PR square. So compare this equation and this equation. So here AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Here AB square plus BC square is equal to PR square. Therefore, things which are equal to same thing are equal. PR square is equal to AC square. Remove the squares. We have AC is equal to PR. So we have PQ is equal to AB, we have QR is equal to BC, and now we have AC is equal to PR. That means three sides of first triangle are equal to the three sides of another triangle. Therefore, the triangles are congruent, and hence angle B is equal to angle Q is equal to 90 degree. That is what we needed to prove. So now go to the problems. Before that, so understand a fact, a Pythagorean triplets or triples. So Pythagorean triplets or triples are, they are integers in the form of a, b and c such that a square is equal to b square plus c square, or a square plus b square is equal to c square. If three integers are such that the sum of the squares of first two integers is equal to the square of the third integers, then they are called Pythagorean triplets. If we have the line segments of length which are equal to the Pythagorean triplets, so using those sides we can construct a right angled triangle. So example for Pythagorean triplets are 3, 4 and 5. 3 square plus 4 square is 5 square. So another example, you should remember this set of Pythagorean triplets, because in most of the questions, so these four sets of Pythagorean triplets appears again and again. So in your most of the questions of your textbook, so these triplets appears again and again. By it 3, 4, 5, a set of Pythagorean triplets. Here 5 square plus 12 square is equal to 13 square. So whenever you see two numbers 5 and 12, immediately we have to remember another number 13 along with the 5 and 12. Always you have to remember a number 13. So whenever you see a set of two numbers 8 and 17, immediately the number 15 should come in your mind, because 8, 15 and 17 are Pythagorean triplets. If ABC is a Pythagorean triplets, then KA, KB and KC will also be a Pythagorean triplets. Here K is another constant. So that means here 3, 4, 5 are Pythagorean triplets. If you multiply all the three numbers by any other integers, say for example 2. So 2 into 3, 2 into 4 and 2 into 5. They are also Pythagorean triplets. 6, 8, 10. Or 3 is 9, 12 and 15. 9, 12 and 15. They are also Pythagorean triplets. 9 square plus 12 square becomes equal to 15 square. If n is any integer other than 1, then n square minus 1 by 2 and n square plus 1 by 2, they form a set of Pythagorean triplets. For example, if you take n is equal to 3, then n square minus 1 becomes 4. 3 square 9, 9 minus 1 is 8, 8 by 2 is 4, 3, 4. And n square plus 1 by 2 becomes 5. N square is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 by 2 is 5. If we take n is equal to 5, we get the second set of Pythagorean triplets, 5, 12 and 13. Is it not? So take n is equal to 5, 5 square 25, minus 1 is 24, by 2 is 12, yes. If n is an even number, even integer, then 2n, n square minus 1 and n square plus 1 form a set of Pythagorean triplets. So remember it. Now go to the problems. Prove that the sum of the squares of all the sides of a rhombus is equal to sum of the squares of its diagonals. You know what is a rhombus? So rhombus is a quadrilateral in which all the four sides are equal and the opposite angles are equal. So what we have to prove? The sum of the squares of all the sides, that is AB square plus BC square plus DC square plus AD square, is equal to sum of the squares of its diagonals is equal to AC square plus BD square. For that, so assume that ABCD is a rhombus in which AB is equal to BC is equal to DC is equal to AD. AB square plus BC square plus AD square is equal to 4AB square. What is it? If we square all these, AB square plus and add, if we square and add, AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus AD square. So as all the sides of a rhombus are equal, we can write in the place of BC we can write AB, in the place of CD we can write AB, in the place of AD we can write AB. So therefore, so AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus AD square can be equal to 4AB square. Sum of the squares of all the sides of the rhombus is nothing but 4AB square. So we have to prove that 4AB square is equal to AC square plus BD square. So consider triangle AOB. In triangle AOB, angle AOB is equal to 90 degree. I will take that triangle out. So apply the Pythagoras theorem. AB square is equal to AO square plus BO square. So you know that properties of the rhombus, the diagonals of the rhombus bisect each other. That means AC is equal to 2AO, or AO is half AC and BO is half BD. So I write here in the place of AO half AC, in the place of BO write half BD. So on squaring it becomes 1 by 4 AC square plus 1 by 4 BD square. So take 4 LCM and cross multiply, you get 4AB square. That is the sum of the squares on all the four sides. 4AB square is equal to AC square plus BD square. AC and BD are the diagonals. AC square plus BC square is sum of the squares of the diagonals. Let's go to the next question. Two poles of height 6 meter and 11 meters stand on a plain ground. If the distance between the feet of the poles is 12 meter, find the distance between their tops. So imagine AB and CD are the two poles. AB is of 6 meter and CD is of 11 meter. It is here. So it is given that the distance between their feet is 12 meter. That means here also it is 12 meter. Anywhere here it is 12 meter. And we have to calculate the distance between their tops. So draw a line here parallel to the ground. So it is 12 meter. So what is this length? This pole is of height 6 meter. This pole is of height 11 meter. Therefore, this height is 11 minus 6. That is 5 meter. So consider this triangle. We have 5, 12. Remember, 5, 12 and 13 are Pythagorean triplets. So therefore, BD must be equal to 13 meter. That is the distance between their tops is 13 meter. I hope I need not do this question, but I will do. So let AB is equal to 6 meter and CD is equal to 11 meter by the poles. AC is equal to B is equal to 12 meter. AC is here, the distance between the poles at the ground. B is here. There are 12 meter, it is given. Given it is. So ED, the length of ED, this height is equal to this 11 minus this 6, 11 minus 6, that is 5 meter. Now consider this triangle. In triangle BED, angle BED is 90 degree. Therefore apply the Pythagoras theorem. So in that triangle, BD square is equal to B square plus D square. That is 12 square plus 5 square. 12 square is 144, 5 square is 25. 144 plus 25 is 169. Is the value of BD square. BD squared is 169. Take the square root. BD is equal to 13 meter. 13 meter. That's the distance between their tops. Next question. Yes. This question is from the Leelavati, a famous book written by Bhaskaracharya. A lotus is 20 centimeter above the water surface in a pond and its stem is partially below the water surface. As the wind blew, the stem is pushed aside so that the lotus touched the water 40 centimeter away from the original position of the stem. How much of the stem was below the water surface originally? So understand the theorem. Understand the problem. A lotus is 20 centimeter above the water surface. This is 20 centimeter water surface in a pond, and its stem is partially below the water surface. Here AB, it is the stem of the lotus, it is partially in the water surface. AB is below the water surface per centimeter. So when the wind blew, the entire stem pushes aside and the flower touches the water. Originally, the stem is partially below the water surface and partially above the water surface. When the wind blew, the stem pushes aside. The entire stem becomes inside the water surface. That means this total length is here now. AB plus BC is equal to AD. So it is given that this distance is 40 centimeter. The flower touched the water at a distance of 40 centimeter away from the original position of the stem. It is given here. What we have to calculate? We have to calculate this length. Let us take AB. What we have to calculate? What you have to be calculated as x centimeter. It is given that BC is equal to 20 centimeter. So therefore, as I explained now, AD is equal to this x plus 20. The length of AD is x plus 20. Consider this triangle. In this triangle, one is x centimeter, another is 40 centimeter, the legs of the right angle triangle, and the hypotenuse is x plus 20. Here it is x plus 20. So apply the Pythagoras theorem. So you get the value of x. So in triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree. So therefore, AD square is equal to AB square is here plus BD square. So AD is x plus 20 whole square is equal to AB is x square plus 40 square. So A plus B whole square. So A square plus B square plus 2AB, x square plus 20 square 400 plus 40x, 2AB is 40x, which is equal to x square plus 40 square is 1600. So x square and x square gets cancels out. So we have 40x is equal to 1600 minus 400, that is 1200 is the value of 40x. So therefore x is equal to 1200 by 40. So we get 30 centimeter. So that means originally the stem of length 30 centimeter was below the water surface. So this is the assignment for this video. Determine whether the line segment of length 7 cm, 24 cm and 25 cm, that is one question, and another question 50 cm, 80 cm and 100 cm form a right triangle. So what we have to do? Find out the squares of all these numbers. Add the squares of the smaller two numbers. If it is equal to the square of the bigger number, then you can decide that they form a right angle triangle. If not, you can tell that those lengths do not form a right angle triangle. The second question, a ladder is placed against a wall such that its foot is at a distance of 2.5 meter from the wall. The foot is 2.5 meter from the wall and its top reaches a window 6 meter above the ground. The height of the wall till the window is 6 meter. Find the length of the ladder. So very simple. Using Pythagoras theorem you can calculate very easily. And the last question, the perpendicular from A on side BC of triangle ABC intersect BC at D such that BD is equal to 3CD. Prove that BC square is equal to 2 times of AB square minus AC square. Do you want the picture for it? I'll write a picture. The perpendicular from A on side BC of triangle ABC. We don't know whether triangle ABC is right angle triangle or not. Right? Any one triangle. Let it be triangle ABC. So BC. Draw a perpendicular D. A perpendicular is drawn from A on side BC of triangle ABC intersecting BC at D such that DB is equal to 3CD. Let it be A. This is the perpendicular drawn from A to BC. It is such that DB is 3 times of CD. CD is the smaller side. So write C here, CD. Write B here. Here BD is 3 times of CD. If CD is X, then BD is 3x. So it may not be a right angle triangle. We have 2 right angle triangles. One is triangle ADC and another one is triangle ADB. They are right angle triangles. So apply the Pythagoras theorem and prove that BC square is equal to 2 times of AB square minus AC square. So this is all about the second chapter in 10th standard mathematics. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Jai Sai Ram.